Good morning, good morning. I hope everyone has had a happy Sunday so far and has had a great week. We're about to start a new one, so I hope we're all ready. I had my first week at my new job and it went swimmingly. I'm enjoying it very, very much, and I've had a lot to learn, which excites me even more. Let's check out what I picked from last week, so let's see what's what. J.K. Rowling says she's too rich to care about hurting transgendered people. Joe Rogan tells Tulsi Gabbard that there are litter boxes in school bathrooms for furries. Fifth grade teacher told students to call a classmate an anti-gay slur. Grab some coffee, because we're about to get started. Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling is getting criticized on social media for saying her massive wealth is enough to keep her happy. She shared a screenshot of a tweet from an unknown person that read, "How do you sleep at night knowing you've lost a whole audience from buying your books?" And she replied, "I read my most recent royalty checks and I find the pain goes away quite quickly." Daniel Radcliffe and other actors from the film series publicly denounce her. Reviews on fan sites have been cutting ties to her. Authors have begun fleeing her literary agent. The staff at her publisher refused to work on her new book, and her sales have slowed down as news of her transphobia spreads. Even an organization that gave her a humanitarian award called her views deeply troubling. Well, Rowling penned a 3,700-word essay defending her transphobia, and these words have been used to kill pro-transgendered legislation here in the United States. So Rowling has some pretty bad karma coming her way. So, let's wait for it. During a discussion with conservative politician Tulsi Gabbard, right-leaning podcaster Joe Rogan repeated a far-right lie about student furries using litter boxes in public schools, which there's no proof that such a thing has ever occurred. Rogan stated that his friend's wife is a school teacher and she works at the school that had to install a litter box in the girls' room because there's a girl who is a furry and identifies as an animal, and her mother badgered the school until they agreed to put a litter box in one of the stalls. So this girl goes into the litter room or to the girls' room and urinates or whatever. I don't know if she poops in that, but it's pretty gross. Are you serious? He went on to state, "Imagine how fucking crazy that you're a human and you prefer to use a litter box. Do you want to piss into a pile of sand rather than use a bathroom, flush the toilet, wipe yourself like a normal person? Like, you're so crazy with what you think an animal is that not only have you said this, but you've conned the school into putting the fucking litter box in a girl's room, and that's just bananas." Various conservatives have repeated lies about schools recognizing furries as a gender identity, but fact checkers in school districts have repeatedly debunked these stories as hoaxes. In reality, such stories are meant to bias people against transgendered individuals and against transgender inclusive school policies, since they mock the idea of living as one's authentic self. I've never shared this online, only with friends, but I'm 100% for bringing back sanitariums and putting these low-scoring people, with low-scoring IQs, let's just gather them together and then they can share their ideas while being highly medicated in a sanitary environment. I will happily pay 10% more in taxes each year to make sure they're housed, clothed, and fed and medicated, and then we'll get a bunch of gay muscled men, hyper-masculine lesbians, and the most beautiful transgendered women you could ever find to be their candy strippers. Well, a fifth grade teacher told students to call a classmate an anti-gay slur. Here's a quote from the teacher, and I said, "Yeah, when he does that, you need to say fag alert," the teacher admitted. The Oklahoma State Department of Education is investigating a fifth grade teacher who allegedly encouraged the students to taunt a classmate with the anti-gay slur. In September, parents Amber and Jonathan Stepp said that their son's teacher at the school taught students to call the 11-year-old an anti-gay slur when he was playing with another boy. The mother later recorded the phone call with the teacher in which he admitted to telling students to use the slur. Two of the boys were wrestling each other, and one of them started yelling, "He's touching me, he's touching me." And I said, "Yeah, when he does that, you need to say fag alert." The teacher remains employed at the school district and cannot comment further as it involves confidential personal and confidential student information. Following the district investigation, the Steps say their son was given the option to return to the teacher's classroom or an all-separate girls' classroom. Fifth grade classes at the school were already split by gender due to another incident that occurred before the teacher encouraged students to call the student the slur. It's despicable behavior by an adult. He's being paid our tax dollars to abuse our children, the former student's mother said. He should be fired. The fifth grade, which was separated by gender, is being reintegrated to comply with Title IX, the federal law that prohibits discrimination in education on the basis of sex. The teacher in question is still teaching his fifth grade class. However, this child is no longer in his classroom. Well, it's Oklahoma. What do we expect, folks? Some accountability? I doubt that very much. If I were the parents of this child, I'd move them somewhere north. Come up here, where life is better. We're nicer up here, and you have more inclusive communities, so that we would be able to take your straight or queer child and give them the proper education and support that they need. Just get out of Oklahoma. And I am a firm believer that if you choose to use the word fag or faggot, you're questioning your own sexuality. So if anyone is a faggot here, it's this fifth grade teacher. Well, that's it for me this Sunday. I hope everyone had a great week and is prepared to do it all over again. If you don't follow me, please do so you can get my weekly videos in your feed. Check out lgbtqnation.com. If you see an article that you think I should mention in one of my videos, just let me know in a comment or DM me. As always, start out by being nice. But if the person you're talking to opens their mouth and it's absolute drivel, burn the bitch good. All right, see you later.